I tell you that there is a website where you can actually earn $1,000 to $5,000 monthly working from the comfort of your home. No interviews, no competition, enough jobs for everyone, and very beginner friendly. All you just have to do is have a strong knowledge of your field, go on this website, open an account, start applying, and start earning. Now, this website actually pays you about $150 per hour to actually train artificial models for startups and big companies all over the world. Now, I'm going to be taking you to the website. I'm going to be showing you what the website looks like, how you can create an account, how you can apply to jobs, and how you can start applying immediately. But before we move ahead, I want to take my time to actually say thank you to one of my subscribers that actually sent me this tea, right? Thank you so much, Alma, for sending me this tea. She actually sent me 2 packs of this tea. I have actually exhausted the first pack. I really don't know what the tea is for, but all I can say that ever since I started taking this tea, I sleep well. It has helped me with my digestion because I'm someone that used to have indigestion. It has helped me with my digestion and also helped me with my sleeping problem. Thank you so much, Alma. And in case you are in Nigeria and you want to get this tea, it's available on Jumia, so you can check it out. Thank you so much, Alma. So guys, let's hop in. But before we hop in, if you're seeing my video for the first time, or if you have not hit the subscribe button, do wait to hit the subscribe button, like and share. Thank you so much for watching. Now, the first thing we are going to do is go ahead and search for Turing. I'm going to be leaving a direct link to the Turing website in the video description. Click on the link I'm going to be leaving in the video description. It's going to take you to this website. Now, this is actually what Turing looks like. Now, when you go over here, you see that they say your expertise builds AI. It is flexible, it is well paying, and all the roles on Turing are 100% remote. Now, when you look at this, you can see these roles that they are actively hiring for: creative writing expert, voice expert, physics expert, DevOps engineer, cloud engineer, biology expert, iOS developer, front-end developer, and the rest of them. Now, over here, we can come over here to explore roles, right? Or we can come over here to join talent network, okay? But the first thing I want us to do is go over here to join talent network. Now, once you click on join talent network, it's going to ask you for your email, your name, and your LinkedIn URL. Now, some of these things are actually optional at the beginning, but if you're actually serious about creating a Turing account, I will advise you fill them up completely. Now, the first thing we are going to do is we are going to be using an email address. So I'm going to be putting in my email address right here. Now, the next thing I'm going to be doing, I'm just going to be putting my name right here. Now, the next thing you want to do is put in your LinkedIn URL and join. Now, once that loads, it's going to tell you that you need to create a Turing account. Now, in case you don't have a Turing account, you have to go ahead to create your account. But if you feel like, no, you have a Turing account, you have to log in right here. Now, because we don't actually have a Turing account, we are going to be going straight ahead to create a Turing account. Then we are going to be clicking on sign up. Now, over here, you can actually read the terms and conditions, or you can sign up using Google if you don't want to sign up with your email directly. Now, because we want to sign up with our email directly, we are just going to be clicking on sign up. Now, once you click on sign up, they will send you a link to verify your email address. Now, in case you check on your email address and you could not find the link, you can simply click here for them to resend the link. But if you found the link, you will go ahead to click on the link to activate your account. Now, let's go over to activate our account. Now, this is what the email looks like. Now, what you have to do once you receive this email is go ahead and click on verify my email address. Now, once you go ahead and verify your email address, it will show you that your email address verification has been completed. So once your email address has been verified, you can go ahead to start exploring the jobs. Now, when you look over here, you see that we have a lot of jobs on Turing. Now, we have jobs that are offering as high as $150 per hour. And we also have jobs that offer lower than this and the rest of them. Now, you can simply go ahead to actually exploit all the jobs they have. But the next thing you have to do for someone creating an account is to go ahead and complete your profile. But before we go ahead to complete our profile, let's go ahead and exploit this Turing website. Now, when you come over here, you see the Turing logo. And when you come over here, you see the Turing home. Now, this is actually what the Turing home looks like. Now over here, when you're on the touring home, you can simply go ahead to exploit jobs. Now when you click on exploit jobs, it brings you back to this dashboard. Now when you go over here, you see jobs, okay? Now because we are already on the job section, that will actually not take us to anywhere. Now when you click over here, you can see your applications. Now this actually shows you the applications that you archived, the application that you submitted, and the ones that are still in drafts. Now let's go back. Now when you go over here, it shows you complete your profile. Now this is actually where you need to complete your profile. Now the first thing you need to do here is upload your resume. Now let me go ahead and upload a resume. Now let me say this is my resume. All you have to do is go over here and drag your resume and drop it there. Now you're going to let the Turing website identify your skills. Now once it identifies your skills, it's also going to be matching you to jobs that are suitable for your skills and your experiences. Now they'll be able to fill some basic information like your name, and they will also be able to fill some basic information like your skills, your languages, your education, and the rest of them. Now, once they have successfully filled all that, the next thing you have to do is go over here. Now, you just have to go ahead and fill anyone that was incomplete. Now, if you look over here, this is the only incomplete section that we have. Now, all we have to do is go over to my LinkedIn, copy my LinkedIn URL, and paste it there. All right. Now, in case you don't actually have a LinkedIn profile, you can simply say, I don't have a LinkedIn profile. Now, let me just simply click on, I don't have a LinkedIn profile, and let's go over to next. Now, as you can see, over here is already completed. So we just go over to submit our profile. Now, as you can see, the profile has successfully been submitted. Now, the next thing you have to do is go over to start applying for jobs. Now, let's say I want to apply for this job of a data scientist and data analyst. Now, all I have to do is go over here and read about the requirements needed for the job. When you look over here, you see that they require skills in Python, data analysis, and data science. Now, when you actually read through, you can see what your day-to-day will look like if you are successful to learn this particular role. Now, you see that you'll be expected to design, develop, maintain efficient high code to train and optimize AI models. You'll be required to conduct evaluations to benchmark model performance and analyze results for continuous improvement. Evaluate and rank AI model responses to user queries across diverse domains, ensuring alignment with predefined criteria. You will need to develop comprehensive explanations and rationales for evaluations, showing excellent reasoning and technical expertise. Now, you'll be also expected to lead efforts in supervised farm tuning, including creating and maintaining high-quality task-specific data sets. You will also be required to collaborate with researchers and annotators to execute reinforcement learning with human feedback and refine reward models. You will also be required to design innovative evaluation strategies and processes to improve the model's alignment with user needs and ethical guidelines. So these are what your day-to-day will actually look like if you are successful to actually land this particular role. Now, over here, you will look at the specific degrees that are required. Now, one thing you need to understand is Turing is not degree-based. It doesn't actually matter what your degree is in. The most important thing is your ability to complete and perform very well in the assessments. Now, when you go over here, you will see the perks of freelancing with Turing. Now, one thing you need to understand is you'll be able to work in a fully remote environment. You will also have the opportunity to work on cutting-edge AI projects with leading LLM companies. Now, for offer details, you'll be required to commit at least 4 hours per day and a minimum of 20 hours per week with overlap of 4 hours with PST. They have 3 options of time commitment: 20 hours, 30 hours, or 40 hours per week, depending on your availability. Engagement time is contractual. The duration of the contract is usually 1 month. Now, over here, you can actually see the evaluation processes. Now, like I mentioned, you have 2 rounds of evaluation or interviews. Now, the first one is the 60 minutes technical plus 15 minutes cultural and offer discussion. Now, we have actually gone ahead to look at what this particular role is like. Now, if you feel like, okay, you've gone through this role and you feel like you're suitable for this role, all you have to do is go ahead and click on apply now. Now, once you click on apply now, it will ask you, are you interested in this opportunity? You simply say yes. Then it will ask you to add your LinkedIn, all right? Or you can simply go ahead to say, I don't have LinkedIn. But I would suggest you have and add a LinkedIn profile that is directly related to any role you are applying for. Over here, it will ask you to add your GitHub profile URL. So all you have to do is add your GitHub profile URL and make sure that your GitHub profile is actually well organized. Now, I'll be showing you my GitHub profile and why and how you should organize your GitHub profile. Now, let's go ahead to my GitHub profile. Now, this is actually what your GitHub profile should look like. You should have a professional photo and you should also have your title, which must be related to what you have or the job you are applying for on Turing. Now, it is essential that you have a README that actually tells the recruiter firsthand what you're into and everything they need to know about you. Now, over here, it is also highly recommended that you add a link to your LinkedIn and your personal websites if you have any. Also, I will recommend that you highlight your most strong repositories over here. Now, let's go back to Turing. Now, once you get your GitHub URL, all you have to do is paste it over here, right? And once you paste it over here, you say, yes, I confirm my availability. Okay. Then you can decide to also update your availability over here if you won't be available for 40 hours per week. Now, over here, you can decide to adjust your time zone. As you can see, this is my current time zone. Now, over here, you can decide to say, can you overlap at least 4 hours with PST time? Now, over here, you can say, yes, you can overlap, or no, you can't overlap. But I would suggest you say yes, because that's one of the requirements for their rules. Now, over here, you'll be asked to confirm your hourly rates. You can decide to go for monthly or you can decide to go for hourly. So you can come over here and add your hourly rates. Now, for a beginner, I would suggest you start for an hourly rate of $10 or below, and you can increase it as you gain experience in the platform. Now, over here, you'll be expected to actually list the languages you write and speak and your level of proficiency. Right now, over here, you can see they gave an example, Spanish advanced. So over here, you go ahead to say maybe English advanced and any other languages you actually speak. Now, over here, you actually write. Okay, so these are for languages you write and these are for languages you speak. And over here, they will tell you that this engagement is for 1 month. Is this aligned with your duration? So you go ahead to say yes. Then over here, they will ask you, this project requires a minimum of 20 hours per week of commitment. Over here, you go over here to say, yes, I am able to commit. Now, over here, they will ask you, can you complete our evaluation process in the next 24 to 48 hours and how soon can you start? Now, over here, you go ahead to say, I can start this so dates and you're able to complete your evaluation within 24 to 48 hours. Now, on Turing, you're expected to complete their evaluation between 24 to 48 hours. If you don't complete their evaluation within that given time frame, your application will be archived. Now, once you have actually answered everything, you go over here to confirm that the data you have entered is correct and go over here to submit the application. Now, let's say I want to submit an application for this. All I have to do is come over here and say English Advanced. English Advanced. Okay. Then I come over here and say yes. I come over here and say yes. I come over here and say yes. Then let's look at what we are missing out on. Then I come over here to say yes, I confirm my hourly rates. So why can't we still, let's see why we can't still submit. Okay, I come over here to say I don't have a Google. Then I come over here and click on submit. So before you submit, they will ask you, in order for you to complete your profile for this job, you need to take brief technical assessment to evaluate your technical fit for this role. So you go over here and say continue. So you can see that you have successfully submitted your application for this role, but your application will not be submitted to the hiring team until you actually complete these two assessments. Now, one thing you need to know is that the first assessment is actually a Python assessment and it has a maximum of 45 minutes, while the second assessment is a data science APT assessment and it actually lasts for about 90 minutes. Now, let's say we want to go ahead and start this quiz and see what it looks like. So we can go ahead to say we want to start this quiz. Now, this is actually an example of what the quiz actually looks like on Turing. Right now, you have this particular question here. They say consider a Python 3 function and logging for similarities and this, that. Now, where is it recommended replace the code to close the file handle that was opened in try close? Now, this is it. Now, when you look over here, you see that there is a timer right here. When you look over here, you see the options that are given. Now, what you need to do is go through this question thoroughly and select the answer that you think is the correct answer. Now, over here, you can decide to reload content in case you are actually having a network issue. And over here, you can report a problem. Maybe you are having technicality issue. Now, let's say I just want to say the answer is A. Then once you click on A, you'll be able to go over to the next question. Now, one thing you need to know is that once you click on next question, your answer for the previous question is automatically submitted. Now, this is actually what the Turing assessment looks like. Now, one thing you also need to understand is that you are actually recommended to complete this particular evaluation or assessment in one sitting. Right now, because I am not looking at completing this assessment, I will just go ahead and leave the assessment. Now, over here, you can see that once I left the assessment, I'm also able to complete the assessment whenever I am ready. But remember that you are expected to complete this both assessments within 24 to 48 hours.